What up, guys? Bike day, Sunday fun day, baby. I feel so good to work on these bikes consistently like this. So we got a few different things going on today, both with this bike and the Vento back there. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, I am really focused on getting this bike painted and getting all of the exterior and aesthetic stuff done before that piston ring comes, so that this bike will be as pretty as I wanted it to be last time. It already looks good, but I want it to be over the top, you know? So a lot of paint focus on this bike. Last weekend, we went ahead and painted the outside of this lip here, and it turned out gorgeous. It turned out solid, no chunks anymore. On both sides, it looks fantastic. So I definitely want to get this rim prepped. I'm gonna jump right into prepping this rim so I can get it looking like that one. But also, look at that. This thing turned out beautiful, man. I mean, flawless. I didn't smudge it, I didn't drip it, I didn't do nothing. And I went and threw that Kickstarter on there, and that Kickstarter looks good with this bike. It matches white on white. But also, back here in this block now, it's just silver and sticks out like a sore thumb. So my idea here is to get this white. Get this whole block back here white. White, white, white all around here. But also get that starter right there blue, just like that. Because I don't want to have too much white. I got to balance everything out. But also to really give it that little detail, this Vento right here, I'm going to tape off. I'm going to put one piece of tape over it across like this. And then I'm going to cut out the inside of those letters and peel it away and hit that with that same exact blue. So a little blue here to match the blue starter when I paint it back there with the white engine block transmission case. I think that's gonna look really good, and it'll get rid of all that old ugly gray silver. That's gonna be fantastic. And I effed up, man. Headlight on, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because last weekend when I was leaving, I went ahead and adjusted my handlebars because they're becoming loose again. And so to do so, I took off this front fascia right here. But when I do that, there are wires connected to that headlight. Positive, negative, positive, negative. There's 4 of them. I had the bottom positive wire just hanging out, hanging about, and I touched it to the negative terminal, and it produced a spark, shocked, and so it shorted out this light here. It was a slow death because, well, instantly it got rid of like 90% of the power, but at nighttime there's like 10% left. So that told me it was not my fuse because I replaced the fuse. So it burned out all of these diodes, unfortunately, but it's all good because I just got a new light. This light is $20 at Harbor Freight, and it's the exact same light that is on this bike currently right now. It's a 3-inch spotlight with 1050 lumens. Super solid. You guys know how bright it is. I actually want to dim that down with that tint that I'm going to get, but $20 and then $10 for utilities. The knife to cut out all this extra sealant right there, and some more sealant just to seal it back in place. So we'll slap that in there later on today. But there are also some parts that are left out from before. So right here is a digital tachometer. So I can read my RPMs when we're riding. That way I don't blow the motor again. And this thing is gonna be right underneath this temp gauge. Boom, boom, and I'm gonna be able to read both at the same time. But also, we have a digital speedometer, and it's even blue. It is blue light that matches this perfectly. And I have to say that this is the coolest gift I have ever received in this community. Over the wintertime when I had these bikes shut down, there's somebody I've known for a while, about 2 years now since I made this channel. I met him on Facebook, and we further built a relationship from there. But my dude, Brandon from Mr. Original Concept Garage. And I'll leave the link down below and something on this video right here. But you guys should definitely check him out. He's got a sick 212cc Honda Ruckus that flies. I've never seen one go so fast. It does like 90 miles an hour. I've seen a video of him just flying. But Brandon, man, this community is so tight. This community is so helpful and giving. And that's all I want to do. I want to give back to this community. And not even just because of this reason, just overall. I never expected this to be such a humble, giving community like this. He gifted me both of those and just said, don't worry about it, slap it in your bike, you know, no stress, brother. So I am thanking you on camera. I've already thanked you in person. But definitely you guys should check out his channel. He's got a ton of stuff, cool stuff. He just picked up a 2-stroke too. And that thing's gonna rip. That thing is absolutely gonna rip. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. That is so cool, man. Thank you so much. So the plan for that tachometer is going right underneath my temp gauge right there. But this is gonna be really cool here because my plan is to get this digital speedometer right here flush with this dashboard sitting like that. But inside of this speedometer here, that does not work. It never did, never fixed it, but I'm definitely gonna dive into it with a digital speedometer like this. Gas gauge right there. If I cut out this right here, it's not gonna block any turn signal or anything that I need. So this is gonna be a challenge, but I'm definitely trying to get into that because this is gonna look cool. This is gonna be a project later this season as well, and I'm pumped up about it. But time to get into the work of the day. Right now the plan is to get that rim taped off so we can spray that with spray. I'm gonna paint that little cap right there for the rear wheel. Also, gotta do a bunch of prep over here to get this thing painted and looking good. So a lot of prep work today, but when we get that prep done, when we get to spraying it, boy, it's gonna look good. So I'm excited about this. Not excited about doing that. Never like prep too much, it kind of sucks, but definitely hitting that paint up. So rim, paint it, prep, paint it, paint up that little Vento sign over there. And then we're just gonna install that headlight later on. Let's get to it, man. All right, let the prep begin. Ugh. All right, 1/2 hour later exactly, and we got this thing all taped up. I mean, I even taped the tire, why not? So it looks good. This one just getting touched up on the lip more so it's a little bit more taped off, but look at all that chrome just exposed. It's all gonna get hit, good to go. Rear rim ready to be painted. Let's do this. Looking good. You press me to your bam, bam. Now let's peel away the tape on this bad boy and see what she looks like from last weekend. When you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday word seems turning into love song. She turned out pretty good, man. No more chips missing, just nice smooth lines all the way around. Still a nice clean line up here. There's definitely some white spots I gotta touch up. That valve stem, you got some chunks missing right there. Another chunk somewhere, oh, good one right there. But the blue turned out real good. I like that, I'm happy with that. Good stuff. But here comes the difficult part. The difficult part isn't even really prepping it and painting it, it's how. In the storage unit, what I would do is I'd pull that bike out in the open and with the front wheel on, and I'd pull it out, spray it, hit it, let it dry for a few hours, and transport it back into the designated area. But here, there's not really too much I can work with, so I got to figure out a plan for how to do this. But also, I made a little mistake, and I left this battery in here over the winter. So no big deal though, they're like 40 bucks, so I got to get a new battery. But prepping this in a good area and painting it, that's the plan right now. Figuring something out. To successfully paint this bike just efficiently in the location that I'm at, I need that rear wheel so I can put it on there, transport it somewhere else, spray it, and then transport it back here so it can sit. So this thing is still wet. We just sprayed this. Unfortunately, I cannot do that this weekend because of that reason. Cannot spray anything on here in the rear like I wanted to, but it's okay. I got time. That piston ring is still coming in the mail. Oh yeah, that piston ring. So I got a hold of them again because it still hasn't came in the mail. I'm waiting on that one single ring to get that bike started. So I reached out to them, I emailed them, and somebody emailed me right back, contacted me immediately, which is cool. But apparently, Polini themselves is out of rings. They don't have any in stock, right? So they said that there's gonna be a 1 to 2 week delay as of a few days ago, on top of the month delay already. It's really frustrating, man. All I wanna do is start this bike. This works out because I'm painting everything, but still. So at this point right now, for that ring, it's gonna be 1 to 2 week delay, and it is still not in my possession or sent through the mail yet. So it is what it is, but I figured I'd throw that in there because I just want that ring, man. But what I can do today is get everything prepped as much as possible, ready to go to be sprayed. First thing I gotta do is get this clean because it's filthy. There is so much oil and grime and just leftover stuff. So I need to run to the store and get something to scrub that off and clean it real quick. But also, I need to tape off everything. I already started up here to get this completely white back here. There's a lot of prep to be done to this area to get this thing hit. But today, what I can take care of is this cool little detail. So this is that Vento badge that's indented into this transmission cover. And what I did is I took a piece of carpenter's tape and I pushed it into the Vento. That way I can get a razor blade and cut those letters out. That way when I hit it with blue paint, it just hits the Vento. So I think that's gonna look really good. But we're gonna take care of that today. We're gonna clean everything off in here. Gotta hit a store run real quick. We'll be back. Quick little fill up and we're back to it. With this brand new knife here, fresh blade, I got everything pressed out as best as I can. I'm gonna do this diligently, very carefully, try to cut it out as clean as I can in the center right there. Let's do it.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.
For all time's sake.
Operation was a success. Check that out, man. So I knew it was gonna get scratched up with that knife, but it's no big deal because that blue paint is going in there. But man, I swear it's like surgery with these bikes sometimes. But that looks good. That's exactly what I was picturing in my head. Good deal. Now we gotta tape the rest of this off, get this transmission case off, and hit it with the blue. Transmission case is sealed off just where it needs to be. Blue paint ready. I'm gonna do this very lightly. I don't want it to overspray or get thick on there, so very light spray. Let's hit it. So we got the lip painted, we got the cap painted, we got the blue detail on transmission case looking good. This is peeled off. Now let's get to the dirty stuff. Let's get to cleaning this out as best as we can. Won't be bad, but it's dirty.
As time goes by. It's been a long time.
So it's not a dramatic transformation. There's definitely a lot of grime left over, but that stuff is so caked on. I'd have to scrape it off with a putty knife or something like that. It looks a lot better. Once I take that starter off to paint that blue, I'll get underneath there and clean everything really good. Because I just want to paint, you can see what I'm painting. Basically everything, all this stuff over here. This is going to be a lot of prep work, but it looks like we're going to get into this next weekend. Running out of time, still got to fix that headlight on that Taotao, but it's cleaned up, it looks really good. We accomplished a lot of stuff over here. You know, it might not look like much, a transmission case, a cap, a wheel, but this prep time takes so long. Prep is always a long, anytime I'm painting this bike or been painting that bike, it always takes like 2-3 weeks. It takes a long time. So patience, but all the details are gonna come together. Accomplished a lot today, I'm happy with that, but I definitely need my headlight fixed. That's not good. We got everything we need. We got the headlight, the tools. I'm gonna disconnect the power this time so that way I don't blow out that headlight. That's the lesson that I learned. Disconnect that power from the battery, take that front fairing off, and get this headlight hooked up. It's really simple.
the old songs.
At this point here is where what I mean by it's easy is this headlight goes from the headlight with a wire down here to where it plugs in at. Where this plug is from here down, this plug is never changing. It is stuck in place. It is wired. The only thing you have to do is disconnect this plug that runs around into the headlight, get that headlight out, and put a new one in. I actually did this last summer, if you remember that video. It's really not that bad. It's just kind of inconvenient, but it's not terrible. So we gotta unplug that, get that out of there, screw it in with the bracket, put it in, flick it, and see what's up.
For old time's sake.
So how I have this bracket in here is there is a bolt on the bottom here. That bolt runs to this nut on top and it secures the bracket that goes on the sides. This is the part that kind of sucks, but not that horrible. We gotta get this out. And we gotta peel away at this here with that razor blade. So it's gonna need a fresh little seal, but not a big deal.
As time goes by.
Old headlight out. Now we gotta use this bracket, steal it off of this one and throw it on that one.
Been a long time.
After some fine adjustments and twice of undoing it because I screwed in the wrong screw first, she is in there, she is solid, good to go.
Some of the old songs.
What I had going on with those zip ties is when you have all your wires bunched up in a group right here, it's a good idea to get some zip ties and tie together the loose ends that like to turn and get caught on stuff. And you want to turn it left to right to make sure you don't get caught on nothing else either. So I got everything zip tied out the way, got this little stitch right there, I got this little stitch down here, and it's nice and snug. Good deal. I'm gonna put that positive wire back on the battery, flick it on, make sure it works before I put the hood back on, and we should be good to go. Moment of truth, the light, it's kind of sunshiny, but it is off. Switch, on, light, off. All right, man, these are the things that happen. So what this means now is I have to get my wire tap and I have to trace back the connection starting from the battery. These are positive and these are the negative wires right here. And I have to wire tap it to see where the connection dies at. Now, it could be before the fuse, it could be after the fuse, who knows? But everything is plugged in correctly, double, triple checked. These are the things that happen, man. The weird thing about it is when this thing died out like that, this is the brand new one, but the other one slowly dimmed out and then died completely. So very strange. The fuse is good. I just put a brand new fuse in here as well. I mean, it's brand new. It's not lit up, so it's not blown even. So the fuse is good. I don't have time for this today, man. I really don't. But scooter maintenance, I'm gonna do it. You know I will. Shoot, it's all right. This is this handy dandy tool for diagnosing electrical issues. It's a wiretap, so it has a little light bulb in here that lights up when it has positive power. You connect the end of this to the negative terminal on your battery, and anywhere you touch with positive power, it'll light up. So what I have to do is trace the wire from the battery, so we know the battery has power because this lights up. From the battery to the fuse afterwards, all the way up to see where the connection stops at. And where the connection stops at, that's where the problem is. So if we look, we have power from here like we stated, but if you take this and connect it to the inside of here, there's power as well. So there's power running from the battery to this fuse box. Yes, I pulled the fuse out. I'm gonna swap another brand new one in there and see if this one works. So after touching this to this here, see there is power like it did 5 times. And then I touched it to the inside of that fuse box. There was no power afterwards. So I put a brand new fuse in there. And if we hit the switch, off, on, would you look at that? It was the wrong fuse the whole time. So the headlight did go bad in the old one, but hell yeah, good deal. Those tools are super handy, and they're literally $4 or $5 at Harbor Freight. That thing right there, it's amazing. And there she goes, Woman of the Year. She doesn't want to be on camera, it's okay. I love that woman though.
For all time's sake. As time goes by.
And just to see what this looked like and turned out to be, pretty dang good. On the top of that end, there's a kind of a big chunk missing. It's definitely not perfect. I didn't think it was gonna be, but you know, at a distance like this, I like that. It's gonna put that little extra blue that it needs to be on this bike. You know, nothing's ever gonna be perfect, but I like that. That was like surgery doing that, and so was taking off those stickers, but I definitely think that's cool. Good deal. Solid day. We got 3 major things painted. We got a lot of prep done. We got more work towards that Vento up and going. That makes me feel good. Every weekend I'm getting back to working on these bikes, and it's a lot of fun. Even though you go through BS like that headlight right here. We got the headlight fixed. Bam. Parts are on the way. More parts are being ordered. Riding season's here, man. It feels so good. It's still a little cold in Michigan. It's like 41 degrees right now, but it's getting warmer and warmer. And both of these bikes will be ripping. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is just an update and a continuation on these bikes, because I'm not gonna stop building these things. I have to build these things. I can't leave anything alone. So thank you guys for watching. What a successful day. The sun is going down, and I'm out. Till next time, guys.
Peace.